You tell the police ain't been coming here tonight. Messing around with you is gonna get me live. Yeah, yeah. Someone please call 911. Tell them I just got shot down and the bullets in my heart and it's piercing through my soul. Feel my body getting cold, so cold, so cold. I know y'all can see me now, goddammit. There we go. Bam! Man, I tell you, I don't know how Tommy be doing it. I don't know how DJ be doing it. But I struggle when we going live, man. I've been doing this thing for a year now. And I done changed equipment. I done tried to do the best I can do. And I have accepted the fact that this is just an area of struggle for me. And I have got to get to the point to where my platform is big enough to where I can hire somebody to do this. I need somebody to be telling me in the ear, hey, we're going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mr. Redmond, you are live. I need the light to come on, and then I'd be like, hey, now you know. Inhale, exhale with my flow. There we go. Yeah, because I don't know, man. I be doing stuff and clicking on stuff thinking I'm going live. It used to be where my XSplit would put me on and start everything. Then I had to start it from YouTube to get it right because it was missing the whole, I don't know. But, hey, someone help your boy. If somebody want to give me some tutoring sessions or something so I can get this thing together, I don't mind learning. I don't mind the tutelage if someone is willing. But, be that here nor there, or be that as it may, it's Talk About It Tuesdays, y'all. This is the Relationship Rehab. I am Brian Redmond. And man, I got some exciting stuff to talk about on tonight. It is going to be a great show. We're going to have some great conversation. Right now, I want you all to share this thing out. Hit your people up. Wake your grandmama up. Wake your auntie. Hit your uncle up. I know he probably at the tavern. Because it's still like almost, yep, the tavern getting ready to close. Your uncle trying to get that last call. And he done struck out for the night. So you send him the link and say, hey, unc, watch this. That's what you need to do. Speaking of uncles, it's 11:54. I need to send a shout out to someone who played a key, just pivotal, if that's the word, you know what the word is, pivotal. There it is. I got it. See, just give me a chance. Pivotal role in my life. This man helped shape me into the fine young specimen of a man that you see before you. He is partially responsible for some of the thoughts and ideas that I present to you all on a daily or weekly or whenever I get the chance basis. I want to give a shout out to my uncle, Oliver E. Copeland Jr., also known as OC 100. My uncle, may he rest well in heaven. Your nephew love you. I hope that I'm making you proud, Uncle Ed. I do share your middle name, yes sir, like my grandfather as well. But I just want to say shout out to my uncle, man. Today was his birthday. I don't know how old he would have made. I want to say he would have been, would Uncle Ed have been 80, I think? I'm not sure. But nevertheless, I need to pay homage, pay respect to those that came before me that helped pave the way and helped shape me into the man that I am today. He had a big part in that. And I love you, Uncle Ed, even though you never say it. Boy, that was so weird. I used to always mess with him. When I got older, I used to say what's up to my uncle. And be like, hey, Uncle, how you doing? Talking to him. Yeah, man, everything good. Talking to him, yeah. And we'd be getting ready to get on the phone. And I'd be like, hey, Uncle Ed. He'd be like, yeah, what's up, man? I'd be like, hey, man, I love you. He'd be like, yeah, okay, man, okay. He never say it. He was just one of them dudes, man. He just grew up like that. He never said it. And me being the asshole that I am, I knew that because I knew he wouldn't say it, of course, I'ma always say it to him. And that's what I did. But that was my Uncle Ed. That was my mama's brother, my mama's oldest brother. And I just want to say, hey, man, I love you, man. And it was a pleasure knowing you. Absolutely. But moving along, I definitely have some shout outs to give to my peoples out there. You know, I got to shout out my peoples, to everybody that's showing your boy some love. Yes, I do. First and foremost, let's see here. Let's start from the tippy top. Give a shout out to my man, my man that always got my six, my brother, Jason Guns. What's up with you, brother? What's up with you? Shout out to Athena's World. What's happening? Shout out to friend Tonio Michaels. What's up, brother? Shout out to my brother DJ Just J.O.K. and his better half, J McLovin. Yes, indeed. Shout out to them. Also want to give a shout out to Blazing. I want to give another shout out to... let's see who else I got up in here. Come on down. Oh, now my scroll ain't working. There we go. I want to give a shout out to who else is off up in here. Come on down the road. Come on down the road. Boy, y'all had a long ass conversation waiting on my late ass, huh? I see. They was just talking back and forth. Left. What color you wear when you wear this? What you cook tonight? Where's your dinner? Sarissa Cooper. There it is. Chris G, what's happening, brother? What's going on? Send a shout out to Therese. Skull, what's up, bro? Monte, the Cooniverse. Wake up, grandma. You trying to get right? That's right. Trying to get someone beat. Wake her up, man. She need this. She needs to learn about what's going on in the world. I want to give a shout out to Leona Kemp. What's happening? Chris G, Monte. Pete the Pirate, matey, Give a shout out to my man Nate Smith. What's happening? Augustus Gay, what's going on, brother? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. John Good, Chorus 15, what's happening? Hey, man, make sure y'all click the like. Yes, indeed. Make sure y'all do that. And man, we gonna roll right into it. I want to try to stay within my 1 hour, under an hour or less. So let's just do it. So I got a few stories. So if you saw the headlines, you saw Facebook live shooting MJ versus LBJ. That's gonna be very interesting. It actually changed me and my verbiage. So I'm about to do that. That's gonna be real good. And last one is get your kids. And for everybody that came out tonight, I got something special at the end for you. Yeah, buddy. Y'all know how I do when I have that old special. So, yeah, I got something special at the end for you, too. But let's dive right into this Facebook live shooting. So, my man Chris Thorns, what's happening, brother? What's happening? My brother. Good to see you, man. Thanks for supporting, man. My boy. But, yeah, let me dive right in and let's talk about this Facebook live shooting. So, first and foremost, man, one of the most gruesome things I've ever seen in my life. I've seen maybe one or two people newly shot, just taking some lead, but I've never seen the dome shot. And never seen the dome shot that up close. It was definitely. I've seen after dome shots, but I've never seen an in-the-moment dome shot. And for those of you that have not seen the video, unless you are just the type of person that wants to see something very gory, watch it. If not, don't do it to yourself. Let me apologize to my brother Eric. I don't know if he's in here or not, but Easy, hey man, I'm sorry I sent the video to you and you saw it and it ruined your day. But I apologize, man. It was caught up in the moment and I wanted my brother to see it and I sent it to you, man. I should have gave you a warning. But I'm sorry, man. I hope you forgive me. But be that as it may, the video was terrible. However, there are a few key things to this video because after I saw it, I watched it a few times. Right now, I have a request for a one-on-one on how to practice at the race. Oh yeah, let's do that, Jason. We can set that up. I actually got to do a video. I think probably tomorrow or Friday, and then we could do something after that. I got a UGOA coming up, but. The shooting, if for those of you that have seen it, if you watch it and listen to the verbiage, Me and my brother Eric, when we was talking about it, we've come to the conclusion he first came up with it, saying that there is something rotten in the state of Denmark. And at the end of the day, pretty much what that means is there's some bullshit in the game. I don't think that shooting, what the Guan there, Preem Chi, what's happening, bro? I don't believe that shooting was an accident, first and foremost. And there are a few supporting facts that I have just deciphered from the video alone that point to as to why I'm saying that. First and foremost, number one, is 2 o'clock in the morning. 2 o'clock in the morning, the only thing that's going on in the streets, and those of you who've been in the streets, me being on both sides of the streets, the law enforcement side and the law breaking side, law infraction side, I should say. Let me get my verbiage right. Yes. But two things are going on at night, man. Booty calls and criminal shit. Period. That's just the bottom line. You ain't supposed. It's something that you do when you meeting up in somebody's car at a gas station. Who meets up at a gas station? People who doing shady deals. That's where you meet up. You don't say, "Hey man, can I borrow your waffle your waffle iron maker, man? Your waffle iron. I need to make some Belgian waffles for my girlfriend in the morning, or for my wife in the morning, for my auntie in the mornings, for Mother's Day. Hey man, can I borrow? Yeah, meet me at the Valero over on 8th and Conrad." You don't do that. So that's not something that you go to just meet up at a gas station unless there's something shady going on. They say that 2 o'clock in the morning, we was just sitting in the cars and we was looking at each other's guns. Who do that? And I'm gonna get to that part too. But who does that? When has anybody, for all of my concealed carriers out there, everybody that carry pistols that roll with that iron, when have y'all ever done that? Met up with somebody that you either barely know or even if you know well and say, let's meet up at the gas station to look at each other's guns. You don't do it. That's something that just doesn't happen. So that's that's number two. The time of the night and what they saying that they were doing. I don't buy it. And you can take that to the bank. So there's something afoot. The other part too, if you watch the video, you will see that first and foremost, the total lack of or disrespect of the firearm safety rules. There was absolutely no weapon safety being performed during that entire video. And the only person who was trying to be safe with that weapon was coincidentally the man who got shot. And that let me know too that you can't be in the car. Now, if these people will say, oh, well, you know, everybody don't know about guns. Very true. Everybody don't have the firearm safety training. And very true. However, everybody, especially some grown people, they know what guns do. And you know how, and they know the basic principles on how guns work. So that's why I say that there is something afoot, that there was some type of conspiracy thing going on, because when you look at this and you listen to how they were talking and the way they were behaving and what she did that with the intent of that gun. You don't point, first and foremost, you don't point a gun at somebody that you don't want to shoot. You don't play like that. I don't play like that. Another point too, who picks up somebody else's gun and they don't safety check it? And we're not talking about no 12, 13-year-old kids. Now, if these were some kids, some babies, I could kind of roll with it. But these ain't no 12-year, 13, 14-year-old kids. These are grown people. That chick was 25, and I think dude was 26. So you're talking about people well into their 20s who I would definitely bet my last dollar have owned or have shotguns before, so they know how they work. So you know if you don't know if a gun is loaded or not. And you know not to take somebody's word. You check that gun. And if you watch what she does, she picks up the gun. And the first thing she does is she puts her hand on the trigger. You don't do that. You just don't do that unless you're ready to shoot. Or if you're going to dry fire, the first thing you do is you clear your weapon. Plain and simple. And here's the kicker to that. This is a gun that ain't yours. So you damn sure don't take nobody's word for that. You damn sure don't look and say, oh, well, this person just gonna give me their gun and I'm just gonna take their word for it or think it ain't. No way possible. You don't do that, especially being an adult. And if you're going to pick up someone else's gun, whether you're inspecting it, looking at it, just seeing how it is, the last thing you're going to do is what? Pull the damn trigger. And to make it worse, you damn sure don't pull the trigger pointing it at somebody and you are not 100% sure that that gun is cleared. You just don't do it. And when she picks the gun up, the first thing she does is she pulls the trigger. Bop. She sees that the gun fires and that the firing pin does go, but there is no bullet in the chamber. What does she do? She then points the gun at this dude, pulls the gun back, racks the slide. Now, if you racking the slide, what are you doing? You are trying to pull the trigger again, and you know that the only way to do that is to cycle that weapon. Why do you want to pull the trigger again? And then when you do, you clearly see that a round will chamber itself if there's one available. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There is no, oh, I didn't think it would, or I thought. That round will chamber itself. Matter of fact, we can do this right now. Gun is clear. I just cleared it. I know it's clear. I can press check and show that that gun is clear, right? That's exactly what I can do. However, once I do this, pull that trigger, click, the gun will go back. The gun will, boom, it'll do its thing. But if I do that, that gun is now hot. And I don't even feel comfortable doing that, just doing that here. And that's exactly what I'm not gonna do something that stupid and then point it at somebody and I don't know what's in it and pull the trigger. That was beyond irresponsible. At the very least, they should be charged with she should be charged with manslaughter. She pulled that trigger. Now let's get into the fuckery of it. Let's get into that part. Why would I, number one, get charged with tampering with evidence because I'm trying to wash my hands of the gunshot residue? Who does that? People who kill people. That's who does that. That's who does that. Who else would do that? Why, if I shot my friend or somebody I know by accident, why would I go and wash my hand and then do that and then say, oh, well, yeah, we good? Why would I do that? The gun has already been fired. I've already shot somebody. I should be the most distraught person there, next to the person that shot, saying, hey, man, I shot somebody. I can't believe I shot my friend. I can't believe I shot this dude. I better know this dude. They gonna charge me with murder. I would be saying all of that. I wouldn't be trying to, I gotta get my motherfucking hands, man. Get this shit off my goddamn hand. That's what I need to do. Get this. That's the next thing. Also, they lied to the police. Oh, he did that himself. Wow, really? Who does that? Somebody who's trying to cover it up. I'm washing my hands and I lie to the police and tell them, yeah, he shot himself. Like in Bad Boys 2, when Johnny Tapia shot his cousin. She said his mama came on the balcony like, Johnny, what happened? He was like, mama, he killed himself. That's what she did. She put the Johnny Tapia on him. He killed himself on the Baquito. Oh, okay, well, send a card to his mother and, keep going from there. If y'all ain't seen Bad Boys 2, y'all have just gone and just jump off a bridge somewhere. One of the funniest movies ever, one of my favorites. But anyway, that's exactly what she did. And then when you my man that's sitting in the back, let's get to him and his nonsense. So he's sitting in the back, he see all this going on, and one of the things he says is, yeah, it ain't even no clip in there. First and foremost, this is not a clip. This is called a magazine. It's a magazine. That's what it's called. This is a magazine. It goes and it's inserted into the magazine well, which goes into the frame of the gun. It's a magazine. It's not a clip. Stop saying clip. Please don't say clip. Magazine. 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 All right. Getting back to what we're talking about. He tells her, it ain't even no clip in there. If it ain't, where would it be? Maybe in whoever's gun it is, their hand? Because if I hand my firearm to somebody, I'm not going to hand it to them loaded. I'll hand it to them like this and would expect for them to look for a round. And if you see, I looked for a round. I felt for a bullet. I didn't just check to see and say, yep, there's a bullet in there. No, you are looking for a bullet. So you put your finger in there to make sure there ain't one in there. And then you can clearly see that there's no magazine in there. Now, here's the kicker, people. Here's the kicker. So, when you pick up a gun and you have a firearm in your hand, there is a huge difference. Huge, as number 45 would say, huge difference in the weight of that firearm, loaded and unloaded. When that magazine goes in that gun, the weight on that gun drastically changes. You feel that added weight because magazines have rounds in them and they are fairly heavy. Whether it's a 17 round mag or whether it's an 8 or 7 round mag, you will feel the difference in the weight of that gun. And then once you actually say, well, ain't no clip in there, why wouldn't you check to see? You would show my man, because here's the thing too. My man that was sitting in the seat that actually got shot, he was nervous. Why? Because he saw how reckless she was being. And you can hear the nonsense in what the dude in the back seat is talking. You don't play like that. She's sitting there talking about, yeah, you should have got the touch and such, you should have got this, you should have got the 30 round mag in it, man. You should have had that. Show how we do on these dudes, how we do on these hoes. And dude is saying like, man, she really wilding out. She fired up. And he like really like, where you from? He like trying to get some info like, man, why is you tripping like this all geeked up? And then she turns to him and then she starts to point the gun at him, right? You see that part. What does my man do? Because he don't know her. Because he don't trust her like anybody. You should never trust that somebody got their gun filled, that they got their gun and it's empty. Especially when they pointing it at you. You never say, he's sitting there and he immediately tries to, because she's pointing the gun at him like this, like, woo. He tries to like go on, like, girl, come on now. Then he tries to like get it out of hand. And here's where the next piece of bullshit comes into play. She then pulls the slide back and then she pulls the gun back further from him to where he can't reach it. He can't knock it down out of her hand or tell her to put it down. And then that's when she goes, pulls the trigger again, bang. My man is leaking from the dome piece. And then they get out the car and now it's, ooh, what we do? What happened? I don't know what happened. And all that nonsense started. So, at the end of the day, if you listen to what these people are saying and you listen to how she's behaving, nobody, and here's what my final statement is, nobody with the intention of not shooting someone would do what that person did. If I did not have the intention on shooting you, I would not do what I did, what that woman did. She did everything possible to shoot someone, especially on accident. I pulled the trigger. Boom. I racked the slide, pointed it at your head, and then pulled the trigger again. Why am I doing that? What, bitch? What you gonna do, bitch? Huh, bitch? Bitch, what you gonna do, bitch? Pull the trigger. Who does that? Unless it's somebody that wants to do some shit like that. And it's like, at the whole case and all this going, why wouldn't the dude in the back seat be concerned too? Like, bitch, calm down. Don't point that gun at him. Some people just don't like that. I know I don't. I swear for Lord. Anybody point a gun at me, loaded, unloaded, whatever the case may be, if I know you, you gonna get some hands put on you. If I don't know you, you better hope that I can't break away and pull mine on you. You don't play like that. You don't play like that. At the end of the day, what do they say? I even wrote down just to make sure, because I wanted to make sure I go over this. I'm going to actually do a video about it too. But 4 basic rules of gun safety. First and foremost, you treat all guns as if they are loaded. First and foremost, that's what they tell you. You go to any gun class, you get your CCW, you get your license, whatever the case may be. First thing they're going to tell you, you treat any and every gun as if it is loaded. 2, never point or aim your gun in the direction of anything that you are not willing to destroy. Don't point your gun at nothing that you don't want to kill. Plain and simple. 3, keep your finger off the trigger until your sights are on the target and you are ready to shoot. So what do most, and you can know when someone has practiced or knows something about gun safety, whenever they pick up a firearm, you'll see this. You'll see this trigger finger resting on the slide. Always. I don't pick up a gun no other way but this way. Even if I'm getting ready to shoot or I feel that I may need to shoot, I pull my gun and I hold it like this. I always rest my finger on the slide. Not on this part, not down here, not somewhere around here, not kind of on the trigger, on the slide. Because I know if my finger is on this slide or in this little well right here of the slide, I know that my finger's not on the trigger and the gun cannot go off under any circumstances. Even when you pull it and you pull it out and you getting ready to, you still right here. You don't put your finger on the trigger until you are ready to shoot. Once you have your target, now you ready to shoot, then you put your finger on the trigger. Man, my hands are ashy. I'll get that taken care of shortly. But, and last but not least, be sure of your target and what's beyond it. Basically saying, know what you're shooting at and what's behind it. Beyond it. Because at the end of the day, you trying to shoot at something thinking that it's going to stop, that bullet will very well go through somebody or go through something and can hit somebody else. You know who's responsible for that? The shooter. The person who pulled the trigger. You are responsible for every round that comes out of your firearm. Plain and simple. Whether it hits somebody or something, you are responsible for it ultimately. So you have to be careful of that. There are plenty of situations where you can be in a situation where you pull your gun and you want to shoot and you can't because of what's behind your target, what's beyond your target. So you have to keep that in mind. You have to be responsible for that. And like I said, she broke every last one of those. She had total disregard for those. And I'm talking about the least, any adult should have that mentality to say at least 3 of those things. 2 of those things would have kept that dude alive. Because if she would have been treating that gun like it was loaded until she cleared it, if she's there to look at guns, you would look at it and make sure that you cleared it before you start pointing it, waving it, feeling it, pulling the trigger, whatever the case may be. You don't trust somebody else to do that. Even if they're sitting in front of your face, create the habit of doing that. So that's pretty much my thing on that, man. And man, it was just, it's a sad thing, man. I saw the video with the mom talking about it, and she believes that it's some bullshit in the game too. I say, man, they need to throw the book at her. I know they can't charge her with murder right now because I believe my man is still on life support. But if he transitions and he dies, they need to instantly put them charges to murder, to straight up manslaughter at the very least. And they need to throw the book at her for being that careless. Because you didn't have any type of responsibility of knowing what it was you was dealing with, being an adult. You absolutely should have to pay for that. And you should have to pay for it as the highest sentence possible. I don't know if it's 5 years or 15 years, whatever it is. They need to maximize it because, number one, they need to teach a lesson. And people will try to talk about, oh, she didn't know, she didn't know. Ignorance is not an excuse for the law. And at the end of the day, somebody lost their life because she was an adult who wasn't responsible. Or she was just a low down, ain't shit motherfucker who just was on some murder shit and killed somebody. At the end of the day, that's the responsibility that you take on when you carry a gun, play with a gun, touch a gun, pull a trigger. You take on that responsibility. And at the end of the day, she should have been well aware of that, and she should have treated and carried it and carried herself in a matter of that which would have garnered that type of respect, and my man would probably still be alive. Plain and simple. But moving right along, this is something that is quite touching to me. Now, I know you guys remember when I did the bullying thing last week with the kid getting chased down the hall. He said, what millimeters? That's a 9mm. It's a Glock. Hey, man, this here is a Glock 17, 4th generation. It definitely has had some modification. It is quite sexy. I did do a video on this gun where I'm actually going over this firearm. So if you want to, go to the UGOA, check that out, and you can actually take a look at that and see all about my firearm. Now I did that one, and I did the Glock 22, which is the 40 cal, same exact gun, just in a different caliber. So check that out. Yes, indeed. But let's see. Yeah, so this is the bullying thing that we did last week. We talked about it. It was real touching to me, man. The fact of it is how we allow children to do things, and the lack of parenting, the lack of adult supervision, and the fact that we just don't really step up as adults and as parents when it comes to protecting our children. And this video that I saw here, my brother actually posted this, and he showed it to me. Shout out to my brother Bert, wherever you at, boy. What up? And I wanted you guys to take a look at this, and this is a new segment that I call Shoulda, Woulda, Coulda. And basically what that is what you shoulda did, what you coulda did, and what you woulda did if it was you. So take a look at this, and we'll chop it up. So basically what this is that you're gonna see a kid with an adult. I don't know, this person probably looks like a nanny. I'm imagining that this is like a nanny or a babysitter. And she's going to the playground that you see there, and this person is zooming in. There they go right there, and they are going to this little playground to get on this ride. And then watch what these kids do. Actually, I can move this over. So you can see they're not letting the kid go up the slide. And I guess that's another nanny or another parent. And she's trying to get the kid there because he was one of them. And then the other kids that are there not letting the little boy go down the slide. So now what does the adult do? You see the kid, he's trying to get through there. They like no, and they just standing up there. So what does she do? You see them touching his head, touching his hair, pushing his head, right? So she now takes the kid, standing around. Now she goes over to this guy here. Kid on the little bouncy whatever, bouncy seesaw or spring seesaw, whatever you call it. Yep. So what do the kids do? They see that the kid has now left the area after they've definitely done a fantabulous job of bullying. And what do you think they're gonna do now? They're gonna say, hey, let's make our way over here. Let's bother him again. So you got the two little girls, they touching his hair, right? So they've already put hands on this dude at least 3 times. And what does the nanny do? Yeah. Now walk it out, walk it out, walk it out, walk it out. What's that walk it out? Stop that walk it out. No, that walk it out. He said walk it out. And she pretty much just walks it out. Okay. So, this is what happens. And I guess my thing is this. First and foremost, shoulda, woulda, coulda. She could have addressed the children without touching them. Like, hey, you know, don't do that. Move out the way. You know, what's your problem? Watch out. It's his turn. She could have did that. I I would have, I guess, addressed the parents. And I guess the other coulda would have been, you could have threatened the shit out them little kids. And that's my point. My thing is this. We are the adults. And we are trusted with whether it's your kid yourself or whether you are a guardian at that particular point, babysitter, whatever you want to call it. And you are the adult and you are responsible for this kid's well-being. You are responsible for this kid's safety. You are responsible for this kid to be able, whatever it is they're paying you to do, whatever your position is, you're responsible for that. So the fact of the matter is that you let not only this kid get his, you know, somebody go hands-on that he don't know, but you also, I can't imagine what they said to the kid because I'm sure it was disparaging as well. But then your actions was nonchalant. You literally just went totally the other way, pulled them down and went over to something else, and they came over there and took them somewhere else. I guess if them kids would have followed her, she'd have been just constantly walking until they would have stopped. The problem is this. Do I think that those kids were some mean, selfish, self-righteous, self-centered little motherfuckers? Probably so, but that's not my point. My point is this. As an adult, you have to say something when children are doing things that are wrong, especially when they're doing something wrong to a child that you are in care of. Plain and simple. You don't let somebody do a child like that. You have to step up, and you don't have to put your hands on them. You don't have to drop kick them or suplex them or put them in a full Nelson or put them in a camel clutch. Y'all don't even know what that camel clutch is, but that camel clutch is a doozy. Y'all need to look that up. But you don't have to do that. Sometimes using the inflection of your voice, sometimes using the expression on your face can garner a certain amount of respect and leeway with children. Now, there are some people who will say, well, that's bullying a kid. Damn it, the kid is bullying him. And a lot of times, the only thing that stops a bully is a kid that got heart or a bigger bully. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. And you can talk all that, well, I'm not going to do that to my children. At the end of the day, those other adults that were out there, they did nothing with those kids. And it's not the fact that, oh, well, those kids are doing this and those kids are doing. You should all have stepped up because they're children and you are adults. And you didn't have to put your hands on them kids, but you damn sure could have went over there and been like, hey, move out the way. Get out of the way. Or went up there and took that kid up there and picked him up and put him over. Say, now you go down the slide. Or do like Rasputia did. Bitch gonna show a bitch how to go down the slide. Like in Norbit. But anyway, you don't let kids do that because now what those kids, what they thought, and what they tried to do and what they believe is that it's okay and they'll do it again. And what do you think they're going to do to that kid when there are no adults around? What do you think they're going to do to that kid when they're 2, 3, 4 years older? When they're stronger? When they have a bigger vocabulary? When they can say more hurtful words to that kid? What do you think they're going to do to not just that kid, but those kids that look like him? Because I'm pretty sure that their parents are garnering that, saying, condoning that and saying, yep, they can do it. And there's nobody there to speak up for them. A lot of times our children have a lot of bad behavior and they pick up a lot of bad habits from home. But you have to teach a child the art of saying, hey, what you do at home, you can't do out in the world. What you do out in the world, you can't do at home. I always teach my daughter that there are certain habits, there are certain traits that she picks up from her friends at school, and I teach her damn near every day. I got to correct her on something so that she understands you don't do that here. Now, if you see some other kid doing it at school, you see another kid doing it there, or even if you got away with it, you don't do it here. And if I find out that you're doing something there, I'm going to be right up there to correct you in front of your friends. I ain't got to whoop you. I ain't got to beat you in front of your friends. I ain't got to do none of that. But I've laid down the groundwork and the foundation to where my word is law, just like with her mother. Same exact way. That's called parenting. And it's called being consistent. It's called actually having discipline and you actually disciplining your child so they know how to carry themselves. So that was just terrible to see that, man. To see that little kid have to suffer like that. And to be with an adult who did nothing. She needs to be fired. Plain and simple. There's no way in the world that kid should have suffered like that and she did nothing and just walked and let those kids do that to her. She could have at least stood in front of those kids and shielded that boy with herself, as opposed to just sitting there and letting them kids do what they do and then just probably saying something like, stop. No. I would have, like, there you go, Lord Vader. You should have been very vocal. Sometimes you raising your voice at a kid the right way and with enough force, you can definitely stop a kid in his tracks. Stop them in the tracks and show them that you are ruthless. You know what I'm saying? That's the DOC if y'all don't know that. But you have to be able to step in when you see those type of things go on, especially with children, because all that does is promotes that bullying mentality and that bullying culture, and they will think it's okay. When a child doesn't get correction, they think it's good, and they will continue to do it or do it at their leisure. So that all I have to say about that. That just really pissed me off, and it was just terrible to see nobody fighting for that kid and just letting that kid suffer like that. Because at the end of the day, I'm sure that kid was scared, and that kid didn't feel good about himself being treated the way that he was treated simply because of the way he looked. And that was some bullshit. But let's move right along. This is good. To all my NBA basketball fans out there, this is something here that I want you all to look at. When I first saw this, I was kind of pissed. And then I thought about it and I said, damn, I'm guilty of this. And I said, I'm going to change my verbiage. So, henceforth, from now on, thanks to brother Shannon Sharp, Sterling's younger brother, yeah. This conversation that they're having about the most influential NBA player and Michael Jordan being number 1 and LeBron James being number 2, I totally agree with Shannon Sharp. Now, let me explain something to you. I am and have always been a diehard Michael Jordan fan. Michael Jeffrey Jordan is, and I have always stated, the best basketball player of all time. He is the best basketball player ever. He has the records, the numbers, the rings, whatever you want to talk about. Nobody did it better than Jordan. So, from now on, what I am going to say, Michael Jordan is the best basketball player ever. TBE. Yes, he is. There is no other basketball player ever. However, I will not say anymore, and y'all hear this, I will not say anymore that Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time. He is not the GOAT. Reason why I have to change my verbiage is because of a young man known as Cassius Clay, who later changed his name to Muhammad Ali. And Muhammad Ali became, in my opinion, the greatest boxer of all time, and in my opinion today is the greatest athlete of all time. Here is why. The greatest athlete, the GOAT of all time. Greatest means all-encompassing. It means all areas, all aspects of who you are as an icon. First and foremost, you have to be an icon to even be considered the GOAT, to be considered for GOAT status. That means when I say icon, I mean you have such a command of your genre that it is associated with you and you not with it. So you talk about Michael Jordan. When you see that man that's stretched out like that with the ball and little feet going this way and this like this, you say that as basketball. That is Air Jordan, and that is a social. Basketball is like, yeah, that's basketball right there. He is basketball. Same thing with boxing. When you talk about boxing to this day, there is no conversation held or talked about with boxers, what boxing is, what boxing does, who's the best boxer is, without Muhammad Ali being brought up. And I say that to say this. When you talk about greatest, it has to be your on court and off the court. All encompassing. And the reason why is because what Muhammad Ali did, and Muhammad Ali got L's on his record, but what he did, not just for the game of boxing, for the sport, but what he did outside of the ring, What he did, boxing overseas, going to the Thriller in Manila, going to Africa, beating George Foreman and Joe Frazier, and he beat all of the greats. And the way he did it, the way he advertised, the way he promoted that sport, it has never been done before. It was never done like that before. And he did it. And I'm applying that same rule to LBJ and MJ. Hence, this conversation.
And look, these are very tough skills, because when you debate someone, it's almost like, as Rob Parker said, you're poo-pooing the other guy's accomplishments. And that's not what I'm doing, because I realize I've had just about every pair of Jordan that's ever come out. So I know what he's meant. I know how he brought the fandom to the game of basketball. So I don't try to minimize, and I wouldn't ever minimize. I know we debate back and forth with LeBron and Michael, but I have the utmost respect for him as a person and what he was able to accomplish. But as an influence, it's 2-3 from that. Because you look at, I get it. Michael was really the first guy that had the brain. Everybody wanted, but he wasn't the first guy, because long before that they had to go to Barry King. But let's just say, for this argument, the NBA, the Jordan sneaker, and that's what everybody goes to, is that the Jordan sneaker. It has been a game changer, because normally when guys play, once they hung up their uniform, they stopped making the shoes for them. Michael Jordan has sold more shoes since he's been in retirement than he did while he played, Skip. And most of the people that wear his shoes never saw the man actually dribble a basketball. They see YouTube and highlight clips. Okay, I give you that. But what? LeBron has a shoe also. I believe when he's done, they'll continue to make the LeBron. Okay, boom. Michael was able to take, from the court and go to a businessman, be a CEO, be a button-up Fortune 500. LeBron James has done that also. But where I give LeBron the nod is these social issues. These issues that Michael Jordan was never, ever touched. Remember, Skip, his famous quote. Some quotes live in perpetuity. This one will. When they asked him about Jesse Helms in North Carolina, he utters the phrase, Skip, what did he say, Skip? Republicans buy sneakers also. He did. LeBron James has never shied away from these issues. It was LeBron with the hoodies and the Miami Heat for the Trayvon Martin. It was he that wore the t-shirt, Eric Garner, I can't breathe. Yeah, he did something that no other player could do. He took the power from the owners. He made it okay, because he's like, for that Larry,
dang it. My bad.
Would have never done that. He said that's their legacy. For that team determined how good you were going to be, because they moved you as they saw fit. Now you see LeBron say, nah, hey, Bart, let's go down to Miami and team up with D-Wade. You see Kevin Durant says, hey, I'm going over here to Golden State. Paul George says, I'm done in Indy. You see Carmelo, y'all want to do right? Hey, get Jimmy Butler. So he's giving the power to the players. Michael Jordan never did that. Skip, this is not a knock on Mike. But as far as influence, when you take what LeBron has done off the field, his foundation, and even Michael had foundation, and Michael did a lot of things behind the scenes. But behind the scenes,
I can't turn it up no more, man. I think I got it as loud as I can get it.
Know that you're fighting against, that you're actually fighting them.
Wait, hold on.
LeBron said, no, I'm going to speak out for equality. I'm going to speak up against social injustice. I'm going to do better. I understand I make $90 million, but I see what's going on, and I'm not exempt from these problems. So with that being the issue, LeBron James is more Muhammad Ali in totality than Michael Jordan.
Sorry, it was too low, but hey, when he said that, I had to stand corrected. And at the end of the day, LBJ, great basketball player, yes. I personally say that who he has been, what he stood for, and the way he's carried himself off court, outside of the rectangle. When he step out, 97 feet or whatever, when he step outside of that, the way he's carried himself all these years, no scandal, No nonsense, no buffoonery, no just outright. I mean, the boy has been spotless. And in today's age of social media, man, you cannot not acknowledge that. If you don't acknowledge that, you hating. At the end of the day, what LeBron James has done for the league, for the game, his talent, his playing ability, the rings he got, the championships he lost, yup, you can weigh all of that all day long when you're talking about him as a player. What that dude has done off the court, the statements he has made, the things he's talked about, the things he stood up for, the social issues that he has spoke out against, Michael Jordan ain't never did that. And I'm talking, and I love Mike. I love Mike. On the real. Mike is my dude when it comes to this here and that there. Yes. But Mike ain't never been a dude off the court. He's been Michael Jeffrey Jordan off the court. He gets in his Aston Martin and rides off into the sunset until the next game. Unless he going to the club to party or do whatever. We going to Vegas to spend that money. But he never, ever, 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 ever said anything as far as what's going on out in the world. Spoke up against this, spoke up. Even when his boy Craig Hodges got blackballed, he didn't say jack shit. Mike was like, told you, nigga, I ain't got nothing to say. That's what he did, real talk. And my thing is this, I ain't gonna knock him for that. Because you take on what you want to take on, and you do what you do. That's your right as an American. If you don't want to be a social justice warrior, if you don't want to take on the big machine, and you don't want to speak out, you don't want to deal with the politics of the world, even though you're a basketball sports icon, I get it. You don't have to do what Kareem and Jim Brown and all them did. But it does taint your witness. It takes away from your greatness. It really does. The same way if you don't have a jump shot, if you can't shoot free throws and all that kind of stuff is counted against you in the game of basketball, what you do off the court, what you choose not to do off the court, it does affect your greatness. It really does. And case in point, Floyd Mayweather, Muhammad Ali. Floyd Mayweather ain't never lost. Floyd Mayweather is a boxing phenomenon. I have never seen anyone's approach, anyone who can even remotely come close to boxing the way that this man boxes. The way that he approaches the game, the way that he trains, the way that he actually executes in a ring, never seen it before. The best I've ever seen, hands down. Technique, skill, heart, the work ethic, all of that. Never seen it before. However, my man is not better. He's not greater than Muhammad Ali. Gotta acknowledge it. You can't deny that. What Muhammad Ali did for the game of boxing, the sport of boxing, he was the best of his time. However, what he did outside of that ring, the way he spoke, the way he carried himself, the issues he approached, the issues he spoke out against, you don't see that today. Very few people do that. And the fact that he did it, and he did it at the point, that dude took on the government and did not enlist in the army and lost, and he lost his belts during literally the prime of his career. How many people would do that today? I can't think of one. He was banned from boxing during the prime of his career. The best boxing years of his life were taken from him because he didn't enlist. So for somebody to take on that and for somebody to do that, yup, he lost out on this. He lost out on a lot of money, a lot of opportunity, a lot of records he probably could have broken, a lot of knockouts he could have handed out. But his greatness took him to a whole nother level. It allowed him to be great. And that's why he is the GOAT when it comes to boxing. Floyd Mayweather is the best ever. And I'm going to say this. Let me put it out there. LeBron James is the GOAT. Michael Jordan is the best ever. Say what you want. Argue down. Say whatever you want to say. But you can't deny that truth. You try to knock what LBJ has done and the way he's carrying himself, as an African American male in today's time with the social media outlets that are available, and for him to not have no major scandal going on, even when that dude was what was the dude in Cleveland that was sleeping with his mama and he kept his cool doing that, everybody would have understood if he'd jacked out, but he didn't. Everybody. So I gotta give him kudos for that. LBJ, my opinion, you are the GOAT. Michael Jordan, you the best ever. And that's all I have to say about that. My last thing. Oh, you know what? I got one more other thing before I get to this last thing. So, in the spirit of just outright ratchetness, we as people and as a black people, there are just certain things that we do that's just unique to us. That just is. And some are good and some are bad, just like any other race. However, there are certain moments in our lives where we witness certain feats and certain things that we let go and nobody says anything about. And I think that there's a tragedy in that. There are just some things that are sacred, and there are just some things that you should not allow to happen, that you shouldn't try to adjust or try to see, well, why did they do that? Or how could they? Well, I kind of see why they did it. There are just some things that you just don't do. Can we all agree on that? There are just some things that you just don't do, right? Cool. There are also some things that you don't allow to be done. This is one of those things. And I'm going to show you this. And at this point, I had no words. I literally, when I sent this to my wife, I just said, I cannot. That was it. I couldn't do anything else. I just can't. I just can't. This is just an epic nigga moment. It just is. What was done here just should not happen. It shouldn't be done. And people, adults in this situation surrounding it, shouldn't allow this to happen. Let's take a look.
Sister Clark told me you was going to sing. I'm not leaving till you sing now. You with the family. All us come in, you got to sing. She been bragging about you. I got to see if you can really sing. You better tear this place up. I'm watching.
Okay, now let me preface this. This is Stephon Clark's funeral service. Okay? Stephon Clark is the young man that got shot by the police about a week or so ago. He was running from the police. They allegedly breaking in the cars, and the police chased him, tried to tell him to stop. He didn't. He kept running, ran into the backyard of his grandmama's house, turned around. The police thought that his cell phone was a firearm, and they lit him up. I believe there was 20 shots fired. 8 of them hit him, and he was deceased. So this is the funeral service now. Okay, and that was Reverend Al Sharpton. Okay, so-called, do you want to call him an activist or whatever? Black people spokesman. There we go. And what happened now is this person gets called up to sing. Here we go.
All right, I had a special request.
This was a special request. So somebody requested this song. So it wasn't like she pulled this shit out of her back pocket and went there. This was requested, and she went up to sing it.
I ain't got nothing. I've got you. If I ain't got something, I don't give a damn. 'Cause I got it with you. I don't know much about algebra, but I know that 1 + 1 = 2. And it's me and you. That's all I'll have when the world is through. 'Cause baby, we ain't got darling, you got enough for the both of us. So come on, baby, make love to me.
Okay, so now let me say this. First and foremost, the girl can carry a note now. I ain't gonna hate on her. She can carry a note. But for those of you who don't know, who may not be Beyonce fans, this song that Beyonce sings is a cold song. It's a cold ass song, dog. I'm telling you, it's a cold song. The name of the song is 1+1. And the lyrics go like this. If I ain't got nothing, I got you. If I ain't got something, I don't give a damn, cause I got it with you. I don't know much about algebra, but I know 1 + 1 = 2. And it's me and you. That's all we have when the world is through. Alright? Decent lyrics. Cause baby, we ain't got nothing without love. Darling, you got enough for the both of us. So come on, baby, make love to me. That's what she says. It's a love song. It's a song about a man and a woman loving each other who ain't got shit. And it don't matter because all they got is each other. And that's what she's singing at a funeral. You can't tell me that that is appropriate in any shape, form, or fashion. It's like if no matter what country you're from, if I was from Africa or from Haiti, I'd be like, why would you do this? Why would you sing a song like this at a funeral? It is for people who are saying goodbye to a loved one. Why would they want to make love at a funeral? Who does that? You know who does it? Niggas. Niggas do that. Why would I want to see or hear someone sing to me about not having nothing when I have lost my loved one and now you're telling me to make love to who? Who do I make love to? Who is this? Why would you do this at the funeral? And I shouted all and just sat up there like, is this bitch really singing this song? And ain't nobody did nothing. Ain't nobody said nothing. Ain't nobody cut the sound. Ain't nobody cut the mic. No, you know what happened? The band struck up and got on chord with it. Unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. Anything is possible. Anything is possible when it comes to us. Period. It's just really, I have no words. How could you let something like this go on? How could someone let her keep singing? And like I said, the chick can carry a note. She really can. But why would she pick that song and whoever the fuck requested it? Why was it? Hey, you know what? I'll sing that song later tonight. I'll sing it at the repast while we're drinking, having a good time. I'm not singing this on national television in front of these peoples about making love and just singing this song of 1+1. Who does that? Black folks.
Sister Clark told me.
And Sharpton set her up.
Not leaving till you sing now.
Set her up. She could have sang off key. She could have sang the wrong note, and it would have been excused because it's her loved one's funeral. That ain't CNN. That's ABC. And here she goes. She gets up. This is your moment. You want to pay tribute to your loved one. You want to help out a friend who made a request. I'm with you. It's a special request. And yes, I believe in honoring a special request. But
I ain't got nothing. I've got you. If I ain't got something, I don't give a damn. Cause I got it with you. I don't know much about algebra, but I know 1 + 1 = 2. 1 + 1 = 2.
And it's me and you. That's all we have
That's all I'll have
when the world is through. Cause baby, we ain't got nothing but love.
Nothing but
And there go the band. And darling, you got enough for the both of us.
darling, you got enough for the both of us.
So come on, baby, and make love to me.
Make love to me.
They over there looking like that white dude on that bass like, can you believe this nigga shit going on right now? I can't believe this shit. I'm just gonna keep playing because I'm getting paid. Who does this?
Thank you.
It's like somebody just said, what's just some ratchet, powerful niggatry that we could just get going on right here today at this funeral? Not after the funeral. And I heard somebody else mention about him kissing on Al Sharpton's neck and how this dude, I mean, the brother is just like he's out of it. He's suffering from PTSD or just flat out crazy because, you know, he done been through a lot. And I'm more ashamed of the people putting him up front and putting him out front to speak than him more so of his actions just because of the situation he's in. His older brother done died. His younger brother is dead. And I'm pretty sure that his older brother died in some nefarious way as well, and or something to do with the streets, whatever the case may be. I don't know. But the fact is, you've lost both your brothers, and everybody's putting you up front to speak. And it's like, it's just, man, it's ridiculous. But that's us. And nobody said nothing. So it's like what they say, see something, say something. Come on, y'all. If we see something, let's say something. Turn the volume down on the mic. Mute the mic. Do something. But with us, anything is possible. And on that note, anything is possible. I got a special treat for y'all. For those of you who may not be aware of this in life, no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, no matter what your background is, your race, your religion, your creed, your age, your weight, whatever the case may be, if you have the will to do, and you have the determination and the dedication and the consistency, you can have it all if you are just willing to put forth the effort to try. And that's what this last video is about. It's about a man who has put forth his will to not give up no matter what the odds are. And at the end of the day, because of his willingness to do so, he was actually able to do anything and make the impossible possible. Now, I want you all to watch this, pay attention. I may have to play it twice, but just remember, anything is possible. And he got the girl! Y'all see that boy? How you whoop that kind of ass, shoot somebody, kiss the girl, jump out a window, and land on top of a Jeep with not a scratch on you in an all-white suit? Anything is possible. One more again. Watch this. Bam, he jumped down on him. Bow. Bow. He whooped both of them dudes. Go down the steps. He like, oh, okay. You going up this elevator? I'm gonna catch your ass again. Re-whoops his ass. Re-whoops his ass. Heads up the stairs. Pow! Slid on the floor with the pistol. Let him have it. Running through, got the umbrella. See the fine chick sitting on the bed. He don't know her. Hey, baby. Just to let you know, I like you. And I want you. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. And there she go. All right now. He hear these people coming. These niggas is closing in on me, baby. I got to go. But thank you. It's been real. I'm going to get this umbrella. And I'm going to get on out of here. I got my car down there waiting on me. Yeah. You see how it was dark, but now it's light outside. Because I'm sure this happened in the evening. You don't whoop no ass like that in the morning. That's an evening ass whooping, but he jumping off the balcony in the morning. Bam. Jumps down, right? Yup. Making his way. Now, I don't know how he got that close to the building and winds up in the middle of the street on his Jeep, because that's parked in front of the building, and he gone. Hey, man. Remember, anything is possible. Alright? That's what it's about. So, I have thoroughly enjoyed myself on tonight. Yeah, she was holding him like a baby. After Antonio put that umbrella up. Come on, man. Hey, man, he did it, didn't he? Whoo! That was awesome, man. That was awesome. That was awesome. I enjoyed myself. So, hey, man, I hope that this video has helped someone out there become a better version of themselves. I am Brian Redman. Oh, wait, hold on. Before I wrap this up, let me check these donations. Let's see here. Because actually, somebody gave me a donation the other day, too. And I guess it was out of the kindness of their heart, out the blue. And I have to appreciate them for that. Thank you. So let me go back here to this here. And scrollio on back. Go. Yeah, so I don't know if I covered this, but I'm going to make sure I cover it anyway. So, first and foremost, let me give a shout out to my homegirl, Tanisha. Thank you so much for your donation. I am glad to see you back. So glad to see you back. It's a pleasure to see you back out here doing your thing again. I hope to see the show pick back up, but it's good to see you. I hope that everything is well with you and your family. Thank you for your donation that she sent a few days ago. Also, I want to give a thanks to Corby Simmons. Thank you, sir, for your donation as well. I appreciate it. That's what's up. And let's see here. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I gotta go back and read the donations. Yes. There we go. She said, happy day, Brian. I have been going through some personal issues and have been absent recently. I'm getting back on my feet. And she's, yep, and will be watching / donating regularly. I hope you enjoy an awesome Thursday, Brian. Hey, live. That was from my girl, Tanisha. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And then from my homeboy Corby Simmons, thank you so much for your donation. And then I got this was from oh yes, this is from my man Eric James. Thank you so much, sir. Do great things, Mr. Redman. I appreciate you. I just want to send a shout out to my man Eric James. Hey man, it was good talking to you, brother. I'm glad you're doing all right. I'm glad that the family's doing well, man. As always, brother, I appreciate you and your insight. Hope to see you soon, man, on the one of the panels or something, brother. As always, it's a pleasure, man. Shout out to you, my brother. I want to give a shout out to my girl April Jones. That's DJ that always say that. April Jones. Shout out to her. Hope my nephew doing good. Hope your son and the rest of your family is doing well. Yes, indeed. Let's see here. Also want to give a shout out to my man John Goins. Keep up the good work, my brother. Thank you, sir. Also want to give a shout out to my girl MG. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Michelle Glass, always helping out. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, man. I want to give a shout out to my man Emmanuel Branch. Good show, Brian. Just showing a little love. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you, man. That's what's up. And as always, my brother. From a man, DJ Just J. This is DJ Just J. You took all the words out of my mouth. Love it, bro. That woman that shot that dude on Facebook Live needs attempted murder. Yep, if he lives. And definitely murder if he dies. Excellent insight. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Hashtag shoulda, woulda, coulda. My man. Thank you so much, DJ. And again, man, I'm so proud of you, man. With the work you're doing on your dig, brother. You are growing by leaps and bounds, man. You're doing an awesome job. And, man, I see you, player. Keep on doing your thing. Hey, but to everybody else, man, if y'all got any questions or anything, man, shoot them to me right now. If not, I just want to say that I will be doing another show on. I got some shoot or don't shoot coming up on the UGOA, the United Guns of America channel. And also I got another gun review. I got my buddy Mike P. Mike, wherever you at out there in the world, I know you're working on my case video. He's working on that, putting that together. That is completed and done. So hopefully we'll have that up soon. But I just want to say to everybody that's been just supporting and donating, man, thank you so much. It's a true honor, man, to have you guys support me the way that you do. You guys are always looking out for a brother. And I just want to say I appreciate it, man. And also to my brother Tommy out there, man, I am so happy to see him doing his thing. Him just, man, weathering the storm, man. It's a awesome thing to see, man, for somebody who has never done what you're doing and to go through what you've gone through, and for you to be able to just sustain and just continue to do your thing, man. It is quite inspiring, dude. And I just want to say that salute to you, my brother. I thank you for always will be indebted to you for giving me a chance, taking a chance on me. It's an honor, man. I look forward to the goober and the whore picking back up. Hopefully we can pick it back up tomorrow. If not, maybe next week. But as soon as we can, I definitely look forward to doing that again. I miss my brother. I miss doing the show with my brother because we have a lot of fun and I think we do some really good work. So you guys definitely keep supporting him on Twitch and on YouTube. Just all we can do is what we've been doing, man, and that's just signing up for the website, signing up for the Twitch. I got Amazon Prime. I signed up for the Amazon Twitch, and I went to the website and signed up there as well, did the yearly thing. So it's like at the end of the day, man, you got to put your money where your mouth is, man. You say that you like what this brother's doing. You say that you Soto Nation and all that. It's like, man, you put your money towards every other thing that you want in life. Why not support somebody who's doing something that you enjoy at the end of the day, and for something that is actually standing for something? Because this will be something that will be here after we're long gone, and people will look back on this videos and our videos and just see the points that we were making and the the statements that we made. Hopefully they'll look back on us like they look back on others who haven't had this opportunity but have still had opportunities to speak. I hope that happens. So just continue to support him, man. Continue to just be there, tune in to the shows, the Twitch thing. I had to get used to the Twitch thing at first because I thought that the Twitch kept the videos like live, but it don't. So you just got to go to the website. If you go to the website and you sign up, you good either way, because you'll be able to see the live stream from Twitch and you'll be able to see the replays as well. And he also mentioned that he will take the videos if it's a video that's a favorite of yours, if he's in the process of putting it up. But if it's not up now, he said shoot him an email and then he'll throw that up too. So just keep supporting my brother, keep supporting the You Dig, and to Packer Girl out there, keep supporting her as well. We hope to see the Morning Soto soon, and the Goober and the Whore even sooner, and Soto Politics even sooner than that. So I look forward to everything getting back on its feet again. I'm glad to see Tommy doing this thing again, man. Proud of you, brother. As always, I am Brian Redmond. This is the Relationship Rehab, and let me put these links up here before I go, because I definitely need to do that. But I just want to say thank you guys. I will be doing like I said, something on the gun channel. If you guys got some ideas, I know Jason put something in there too. Definitely shoot me an email, dude, and we can work that out to where we can do that thing you were talking about. I don't know exactly. We can talk and just see what the details are, what exactly you want to do, and man, we can figure it out, dude, and we can just do a show. That's no problem at all, my brother. Wait, hold on. Thanks for sending a gun question. What caliber do you think that was? In I think either a 40 or 40 since the camp was close, and he should have been 9mm. Oh, with the guy? No. I believe that was a 45. If I had to bet, I would bet that was a 45. 40 at the least, because of the I know that Glock, though, that Gen 4 Glock, let me do this before I get off into that, but that Gen 4 Glock, I believe that particular Glock, it has that the 45 model, it has like that little rounded edge on the front, like this part here, it's like more rounded on the front. It has like the little like cutoffs here, cutoffs there and there, the way that barrel is, because it's a small, I think that was that small 45. I forgot what they call it, forgot which Glock number it is. I want to say it's like, is that the Glock 21, or I think the 21 is the big one, or maybe the Glock 20 or something like that. But yeah, I believe that that's what it was. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I believe it was a 45. I would, if I had to bet, I would bet 45, because that was a pretty big barrel, and I think that was like a 45 barrel. My 40, I don't think is not even close to being that big, but that's what I think he had. What she shot him with. Yeah, and then I see the guy in the back seat. Yeah. Yep. Peace to you, Skull. Yeah, but I think that was a 45 that he got shot with, man. That's what I would say if I had to bet on it. Yep, Frantonio, you said 45 too? Yeah. Yeah, that was a tragic thing, man. Like I said, dude. And you know what, another thing about that, just let me say that while I'm looking for this stuff. Dude, just listening to that video, listening to that audio, I felt some kind of way. If I was sitting in that car, my Negro sense, intuition, that feeling that you get, your gut feeling, it just didn't seem right. It just did not seem right. And I was just like, nah, man, they own something. And it was just the way that they was just on something. You just knew that they weren't right. And that's why I was like, yeah, I just can't let that off the hook and be like, oh, it was an accident, they just didn't mean it. Nope. They just felt shady. It's like, you know, when you in a situation and you feel shady. And I think that dude felt that way too. I think he felt like, because he was asking that chick, like, where are you from? Like, what is your deal? Like, why is you tripping? You know what I'm saying? And he was just trying to like get a beat on her and why she was acting the way she was acting. And that's when she was like, yeah, what the fuck you gonna do, bitch? What you gonna do, bitch? And she pulled that trigger again. I'm like, yeah, that bitch meant to do that. She meant to do that. And the fact that she thought it was okay to play like that is a problem within itself. So it's like, that was really some bullshit, man. It's a tragic thing, man. But be careful with the people that you surround yourself with, man. Be careful and be mindful of that. And don't put yourself in situations to where you can't get yourself out of. Because at the end of the day, I'm not meeting not man motherfucker in this world at 2 o'clock in the morning at a gas station to look at guns. I'm just not. And that shit was just too shady, man. And it was like the way that dude got shot like that and they jumped out the car and then all of the after shit. It's no good, man. There's no way you can tell me that was on the up and up and that person was it was just a simple, you know, misunderstanding and things just got out of hand. Nah. It's something else to that, and it'll eventually come out. And I'm pretty sure by now the streets are talking. So it's gonna reach social media sooner or later. Sooner or later. So it is what it is. But I thank y'all for coming. I thank y'all for supporting, man. Please share this. Post it somewhere. Put it up. Same thing with the channels. I just put the links out there, man. Hit them up. Put them out there. Let somebody see them. Because at the end of the day, we got to grow this thing. And I appreciate everybody that has helped me to grow this thing. It's been an awesome ride. And you guys have really, man, just showed up and showed out for a brother consistently. Not just every now and again, not just on Tuesdays, but just consistently showed out and just showed up for me, man, and I appreciate you guys for that. I don't even think I put my links in the whatchamacallit in the video, but I can go back and do that on the upload side of the game. Yeah, there's the PayPal joy too. But thank you guys. I am Brian Redmond. This is the Relationship Rehab, and it's Talk About It Tuesdays on a Wednesday. Yeah, couldn't get it done yesterday, but Talk About It Tuesdays. That's what I mean when I type in TAIT, T-A-I-T. That's what that is. I'm just trying to keep the title short, but just remember, TAIT is Talk About It Tuesdays. Peace. Thank you guys. I love y'all. And as always, I'm out. All right. I had a good time with y'all, man. Let's see here. If I can remember how to stop this thing. There we go.